Magandang gabi, Pilipinas. Nandito na naman po ang kapatiran para sa bayan from west to east. Mapapanood at mapapakinggan via website www.dwiz882am.com at i-download ang DWIZ application DWIZ 882 sa iOS at Android phone. Live rin via DWIZ 882 with Facebook page. Hotline number 84701750-54. Text line 0999-376-6768. Tayo din po ay napapanood sa Digital Free TV Aliw 23, Signal Channel 24, TV Plus Channel 27 at GMA For The Box Channel 25. Available rin po kami sa digital TV devices, TV receivers. Mangyari scan lamang po ang inyong digital TV receivers at digital boxes upang mapanood ang Aliw 23. Kuya Ted, medyo maganda ang usapan natin, pero bago ang lahat, batiin ko muna yung mga kuya natin. Si Kuya Ariel for a successful flag ceremony a while ago. And of course, kasama kami ni Kuya Ted and to officiate that. From all over the Philippines. Binabati ko rin po ang of course, yung aking pinuntahan sa Capiz, yung co-faculty ko po, kasi faculty po rin po ako ng UP School of Labor and Industrial Relations. So, Kuya Ted, take it away.
Maraming salamat, Kuya Jerry, at sa lahat ng nanonood na kababayan natin across the country. Mga Kuya at Ateng, good evening po. Ibang-iba ang topic natin ngayon, Kuya Jerry, yung nasa frying pan ngayon. But before I say that, mga kaibigan rin natin to kasi kasama ko sila sa Management Association of the Philippines. And we have with here today to talk about itong konsepto na pati ako sometimes hindi ko maano itong concept ng shared prosperity. We have, first of all, the chair of the Shared Prosperity Committee, full-time tenured professor of De La Salle University, Dr. Ben Tihanki.
Magandang gabi sa ating lahat, Ted, Jerry.
And Dr. Ben, baka may gusto kang batiin before I go to our next guest?
Buti na lang, pinaalala mo sa akin.
Oo, may pinapanood ka, di ba?
Yung mga estudyante ko ngayon, lahat ng doctoral students ko sa De La Salle, bigyan ko ng assignment na makinig. Mag-submit sila ng paper eh. Unang meeting namin ngayon.
Nako, yan. Pinapatrabaho na sa DLSU.
Yun,
from now on, requirement parati itong programang to.
Yes, thank you very much po, Doc Ben.
We also have with us today someone who has, napakahabang tenure, a very successful executive po. Hindi lang sa Ortigas, Ayala at others. But also, kasabay ko to sa Institute of Corporate Directors at Institute of Solidarity in Asia. Isa siya sa current governor namin dito sa Management Association of the Philippines. One of our country's top executive coaches today. None other than Kuya, Coach Rex Drilon. Good evening po. Baka may gusto kang batiin. I understand you came all the way from Tagaytay para lang dito. Kaya we're really privileged to have you here. Rex, do you have anybody you'd like to greet today?
First of all, Teddy, Jerry, thank you for having us.
Yes, Coach.
Our privilege po.
Our privilege.
It's an honor and privilege to be with you. Kausapin natin yung mga kababayan natin dyan sa lahat ng lugar sa Pilipinas, no?
Via not just DWIC but Aliw 23.
Yes.
And on Facebook.
Okay, so thank you, and I'd like to greet my wife and my children who are probably listening to this program.
First time for you.
But more than also many of my friends in the Management Association of the Philippines, and also the Institute for Corporate Directors and Institute for Solidarity in Asia. Yun ang dalawang units na yun. Mga governance advocacies namin yun. Kasama namin
Rex, before we go to Kuya Ben, Doc Ben, when you say governance advocacies, ano pong ibig sabihin nito?
Kasi ang core purpose ng ICD, corporate governance, no, is to help companies do better, make more money ethically, and share that prosperity. Yun ang punot dulo ng ICD.
Kumusta naman ISA, Institute for Solidarity?
Ang ISA naman, ang trabaho namin doon ay tutulungan yung mga government agencies, whether national government agencies, local government units, government financial institutions to govern themselves better so they can deliver the service to their publics efficiently and effectively.
Nako, mababalikan natin yan, Kuya
Pero
Jerry,
gusto ko yun, Kuya Ted, yung title natin eh. Panalo eh. How is it winning and
Ayan
always
na.
winning?
Lutuin na natin. Anuin na natin. Let's go to the side here.
Yes,
Doc Ben,
Doc
ano
Ben.
masasabi nyo kay Kuya Jerry? What does that mean? Yung title natin ngayon.
Panalo eh. Always
Paano
winning.
ka panalo?
Oo, kasi pag iniisip natin ng negosyo, minsan nakikita lang natin yung kita para sa may-ari, di ba?
Yes.
Ang pinopromote namin na idea sa MAP na kapag nagtatagumpay ang isang negosyo, dapat lahat ng kalahok sa negosyo, kasama yung mga empleyado, mga customers, suppliers, no, pati yung kalikasan, lahat dapat nakikinabang.
Ayun.
Panalo lahat.
Doc Ben, alam mo, madaling sabihin yan. Ano ba kung, marami sa aming, nanonood dito mga kuya at ateng, hindi naman sila negosyante, empleyado sila, o nagtatrabaho sila under someone. I mean, paano naman yan, paano nila malalaman na, ganun nga yung negosyo na shared prosperity? Ano bang what do we really mean by shared prosperity? Para sa kanila in particular.
Para sa mga empleyado, ang mga tinitingnan natin, unang-una, syempre, yung sahod.
Yes.
Kailangan yung pasahod natin makatao.
Okay.
Pagka sineset yung sahod, tinitingnan yung pangangailangan ng mga empleyado, binabalanse rin dun sa kaya ng negosyo. So dapat nakikita ng mga empleyado na kapag medyo gumiginhawa yung negosyo, sumasabay sila.
Okay.
Kasi nararamdaman nila pag naiiwan sila.
Yes, Doc Ben. On the capitalist side naman, kasi syempre labor side tayo eh. Oo. How do you find it na they're also winning?
Kailangan talaga yung kapital nila kumikita rin.
Okay.
Kasi sabi nga natin, hindi naman pwedeng bigay ka ng bigay sa empleyado pero lulubog yung negosyo, di ba?
Yes,
Ang konsepto natin, partnership ng kapital at ng gumagawa. Para sabay silang umaangat.
Can you give actual examples of how this works and how MAP promotes this?
Magandang tanong yan. Kasi marami akong mga halimbawa eh. Sa akin, isa sa mga pinakakilala kong halimbawa niyan, yung sa Golden ABC, kung alam niyo yung kumpanya na yan.
Golden ABC.
Oo. Sila yung may-ari ng Pensya, Regata.
Ito yung pamilya galing Cebu.
Oo, Cebu-based yan.
Cebu-based.
Alam nyo, madaming nagsasabi na kapag ka nasa clothing retail ka, dapat yung mga tao hindi masyadong umaasa ng magandang regular status. Marami dyan contractual eh.
Yes.
Pero sa lahat ng Golden ABC ng mga companies, pumasok ka dyan, tanungin mo yung mga empleyado, walang contractual dyan.
Yun.
Regular
Yes yun.
Oo. Pero ang paniwala ng iba, hindi pwede gawin yun. Pero matagal na nilang ginagawa yun.
In short, compliant. Compliant
Hindi lang
in all
compliant.
the rules and regulations.
Hindi lang compliant. Higit pa sila sa
Over and above.
compliance. Oo. Kasi pwede naman nilang i-contractual yan. Gagawa na lang nila ng paraan na i-frame yan na pwede. Pero hindi nila ginagawa yun. Yun yung isang example. Yung Pandayan Bookshop na pinamumunuan ng kaibigan ng Jun Cabutian, yung mga empleyado niya doon, sinisiguro niya na kapag kalaunan sa trabaho nila, kaya nilang bumili ng sarili nilang bahay. Meron silang mga pabuya, meron silang co-op, meron silang financing para kahit na sino sa kanila, kung magtsatsaga lang, magkakaroon ng bahay.
Okay.
Ginagawa nila yun.
On your part naman, Coach Rex and Doc Ben, as a coach or as a consultant for every endeavors to be successful, how do you do that po?
Well, first of all, Jerry, thanks for that question. Ang concept na shared prosperity, ang literal translation nun ay tipan para sa pangkalahatang kasaganaan.
Kasaganaan.
So, mayroon tayong 6 na mga stakeholders in any business, no?
Yes.
Yung empleyado, yung customer, yung supplier, yung komunidad, kung saan ka man nag-ooperate, yung environment, kalikasan, at saka of course yung mga stockholders. Hindi pwede na, in the past kasi, yung sinasabi yung capitalism, which is an obsolete idea, ang mga kumpanya, they exist for total stockholder returns. Nagpapalit na yan ngayon. Ang bagong patakaran ng negosyo ngayon ay hindi lang para sa stockholders, kundi para sa stakeholders. Empleyado, customers, suppliers, community, environment, and of course, the stockholders.
Okay.
So, ang MAP, together with 28 other business associations 2 years ago, signed a covenant.
Ayun.
Yun, ang covenant mas
Ipan.
powerful yun sa agreement lang. Ito,
Yes.
covenant, parang committed.
Parang commitment.
Oh,
Yes, commitment.
Parang
Commitment.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
marriage covenant.
Familiar. Yung commitment, yes.
And they commit, in that document is 28, itong 28 ng mga asosasyon ng negosyo at saka mga professionals nag-commit na they will treat their employees better with meaningful and gainful employment. They will treat their customers with good quality products and so on and so forth. Yung mga suppliers, kailangan treat them with respect, fairly and ethically. Ang komunidad, tutulungan yung mga underserved in the community,
Yes.
especially those below the poverty line. Kalikasan, hindi mo abusuhin yung ating environment. And of course,
Yes.
give decent returns to stockholders. So, ang kumpanya ngayon, the modern day company, shares that prosperity with all of its stakeholders.
Coach Rex,
Yes, yes.
Doc Ben, alam mo, full disclosure, taga-Mapren ho ako. And while I really believe na maganda that, nakafocus ho tayo ngayon sa covenant na ito, hindi natin na rin ma-de-deny o masasabi na lahat ng business na ganun. There are a lot of businesses, unfortunately until today, marami contractors na 6 months lang, tapos hindi nire-regularize, kukuha ng iba.
Endo.
So,
Endo. Yeah,
what
that's
is MAP doing to discourage that and align more with this commitment to push shared prosperity?
First of all, ang ginawa namin sa MAP is pinapirma natin yung mga asosasyon. Siguro 28 associations representing maybe 1,000 businesses na itong commitments para sa 6 stakeholders na nasabi ko. Now, ang challenge sa MAP ngayon is how to operationalize. Yun ang trabaho ni Ben kasi siyang chairman ng Shared Prosperity.
Committee,
How do you
Shared
operationalize this abstract concept of shared prosperity? So,
Okay.
the first step that we did, sinabi namin, kailangan maliwanag kung ano yung measures ng kumpanya ay talagang committed doon sa covenant. So, sa empleyado, for example, ano ang commitment ng negosyo, ng negosyante sa mga empleyado? Unang-una, kailangan yung minomonitor yung employee satisfaction kasi that captures all the
That's
elements.
correct. Opo.
Second, more importantly, is to work towards providing a living wage. Ano yung tawag mo doon? Yung sahod na pangkatao?
Livable.
Na makatao.
Livable, yes.
Living wage. Ang living wage ngayon sa Pilipinas, halos doble ng minimum wage. So, ang minimum wage natin, 600 pesos
10.
a day.
Yes po.
Ang living wage or ang sweldo na makabuhay ng isang pamilya, 4 na members of the family, ay mga 1,200. So, ang laki
1,200.
ng agwat between the minimum wage and the living wage. So, hindi naman sinasabi ng MAP or namin mga advocates of this na overnight gawin natin yan.
Hindi biglaan.
Hindi biglaan yan. But we need a commitment na ang members ng MAP as much as possible to commit to a timeline na abutin din natin nila yung living. Isang ehemplo lang yun. Isang ehemplo.
Yes. But sometimes, siguro, Coach Rex and Doc Ben, you should take into consideration also not just the monetary, the money matters, including the non-monetary aspect, which is the wellness of the worker, the convenience in the places of abode. Parang ganun po ba?
Kaya sa covenant, ang sinasabi to provide meaningful and gainful employment. Kasama ng sinabi mo, work-life balance, pleasant work environment, training and development, not all monetary.
Yes, including the implementation, execution of the best practices that the company is doing. Like
yung challenge dito po Jerry is from yung perspektibo naman ng negosyante na hindi pa ina-adapt tong perspektibo.
Yes.
Diba? Paano ko magagawa? Alam ko one of the best ways to practice this, as we highlight in ICD, is to use scorecards po, di ba po?
Correct.
Na,
Yeah.
kasi alam mo, negosyo, kailangan mo, may cash flow ka, di ba?
Yes.
In addition to that, you have to have all of this new, titingnan lahat ng stakeholder, ano yung kailangan nila. Baka napakahirap nun, Coach Rex. How
Actually,
can they do that with scorecards po? And other ways to,
Actually,
to make it easier?
Tama yon kasi nung tiningnan namin ni Dr. Ben, ang metrics or measures na ginagamit ng World Economic Forum, 45 eh.
Marami yun.
Ang dami.
Sobrang dami. Hindi babasahin ng negosyante yun.
Correct.
So pinilit namin na bawasan yun. So naging 11, pero marami pa rin yun. Ngayon sa tingin namin, or sa tingin ko, na kung if we can reduce it to 2 metrics lang bawat stakeholder, so 12 lang, 10 to 12 metrics. For example, balik tayo sa empleyado.
Okay.
Doon sa listahan,
Yes.
5 yung metrics, 5
Yes.
yung batayan. Ang gusto namin, unang-una, yung Employee Satisfaction Index because that captures everything. Second is working towards the living wage. 2 lang. No, sa naman, sa mga customers, yung laging, yung kumpanya dapat mag-invest sa R&D
Yes.
para to always improve
Innovation.
this product.
Yes. Just to add up, kasi professor ako ng labor alam naman natin that even our constitution, di ba, sanction the right to have a livable.
Yung-
Hindi naman niya sinabing minimum eh.
Living
Right to have a livable wage.
Living wage.
Well, it is a controversial topic. I agree. Pero
Yes.
alam nyo kasi, Jerry,
Opo.
yung background nitong shared prosperity, ang tawag dito ni Pope Francis ay the twin evils were lurking in the world. Hindi lang sa Pilipinas, buong
Opo.
mundo ito.
The twin evils.
The twin evils.
Kaming dalawa ni Jerry. Just kidding.
The first evil is inequality. Yung the
Okay.
gap between the rich and the poor.
Yes, yes.
That's
Nako, number one.
number
Extreme.
one.
Extreme.
And a lot of, can you imagine 1% of the population owning more
Yeah,
wealth,
yeah.
of the human population owning more than 30% of the whole human.
Yes, yes.
Yung mga ganun mga ratios. No? Our poverty line is very high. Our what they call sa economics, Gini coefficient, talagang pinakamataas tayo sa
Isa sa
Yes.
sa Asia.
Kuya, Coach Rex, nangyayari to kasi mas madaling yumaman kung mayaman ka na at mas mahirap
Kung mahirap.
umunlad kung mahirap.
Mahirap
So
ka.
we have to resolve that.
Correct. So that's the first evil,
Yeah.
inequality. Mostly you see in the poverty. Second is yung tawag nilang exclusion. Marami sa atin, for example, women, no?
Yes.
They have a glass, if not brick ceilings. Sa
Hindi makaangat.
hindi maging kukunti lang presidente na
CEO,
na
something like that.
mga babae.
Maski sa board ko konti.
Sa board ko konti, no? There are 50% men, 50% women in society. Pero siguro buti ng 20% ng mga CEO babae.
Women.
Sa board ganun din. No?
Yes,
So
yes.
marami mga issue. Yung shared prosperity, realizing na there's great inequality and there's exclusion happening all over the world, including the Philippines. Sinabi namin sa MAP, siguro pag-isipan natin paano labanan ito ang
Yes.
what the Pope calls the twin evils, no, of exclusion and inequality.
So how will you...
Ang sagot, shared prosperity kasi
Panalo lahat.
panalo lahat eh. Empleyado, working towards the living wage, better,
Yes.
not only monetary but non-monetary benefits. The customers get the products that they, value products that they pay for. The community benefits dun sa operation ng negosyo. Yung suppliers treated properly, hindi
iniipit sa bayad.
Hindi iniipit sa bayad, hindi yung 30 days credit ginagawang 120 days, 160
Yes.
days. So, yung mga ganung bagay, if you add all of this together, that will be our ultimate weapon against the twin evils of inequality and
Okay. Ito siguro magandang question bago tayo mag-break, Coach Rex and Doc Ben. You made mention a while ago of 28 associations agreed to this some kind of covenant. Are this any of these 28 associations covered po ba yan yung I believe most of them are large enterprises. Covered po ba yan yung mga micro business?
Small and medium,
O yung
okay.
mga under the BAMBI law, yung barangay micro business enterprises and the small medium enterprises. Pero bago po yan, bago nyo sagutin yan, time check muna po tayo.
Check.
7:23 ng gabi. Magbabalik po ang Kapatiran para sa Bayan. Okay, nagbabalik po ang Kapatiran para sa Bayan at andito pa rin po si Kuya Teddy and Kuya Jerry po. May special ano lang po tayo, public service announcement. PNP Lakas Tulungan Multipurpose Cooperative will celebrate its 64th founding anniversary, the 49th General Assembly, with the theme Kooperatibang Lakas Tulungan, Kaisa sa Bagong Pilipinas. The date set is on May 9, 2024 between 12 noon up to 4 p.m. The venue will be held at Main Hall, PNP Multipurpose Center, Camp Crame, Quezon City. The attendees required to attend are all members, active PNP AFP retirees and pensioners. A notice is also hereby given to this 64th founding anniversary of the PNP Lakas Tulungan Multipurpose Cooperative, which will be held, again, as I've mentioned, May 9, 2024, Thursday, between 12 noon to 4 p.m. at the main function hall, PNP Multipurpose Center, Camp Crame, Quezon City. All attendees are uniform and non-uniform members of the cooperative from PNP, BFP is the Bureau of Fire Protection, BJMP, Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, General Headquarters.
Hindi ba kay Kuya Ruel yun?
Oo nga. Congratulations.
Si Kuya Ruel.
Oh, congratulations, Kuya.
Oo.
Oh, pero parang condolence din kasi namatay yung kanyang
Yung
mother. Oo. General Headquarters, Armed Forces of the Philippines and PPSC, including all the pensioners, retired members of said PNP and AFP. So they are required to attend at this 64th founding assembly. Please contact these numbers, 0915-828-3810 and 8451-1816. Again, call these numbers 8451-1816 and cell phone number 0915-828-3810. So meron tayong pending questions, Kuya
Jerry, balik tayo sa barbecue grill. Ginugutom na ako dito.
Oh,
Sa
gugutom
ating
ako.
guest, di ba?
Yes,
Alam ko, professor ka, di ba, ng labor relations. Baka, PMAP ka rin ba?
Actually, ang mga estudyante ko are members of the People Management Association of the Philippines. Because I teach HR and IR, Industrial Relations and Human Resource Development.
Pero kami sa MAP,
there.
hindi PMAP. Baka you wanna ask ka.
Yes, yes. Pero bago dun, Kuya Ted, kasi meron tayong pending questions kanina na
Unahin natin.
meron din bang nag-commit sa inyo because you have a 28 associations. Andun ba yung mga member na micro-business, small, medium enterprise, or baka naman mga large enterprise lang to? Kasi alam nyo naman, ang large enterprise can come up and do everything.
That's a good question, Jerry. Ang first line of attack namin sa MAP,
Apo.
ICD and the 26 other business associations ay yung mga malalaking kumpanya because they are people who can share.
Yes.
Okay. But that doesn't mean na yung mga maliliit na negosyante or even at the personal level, for example, I'll give an example. An ordinary professional like me, ano bang sinisweldo ko sa driver ko? Ano bang sinisweldo ko sa kasambahay?
Kasambahay, opo.
Do they conform to the minimum wage or are they approaching living wage? I'm not bragging, but my driver is very well paid. More than the minimum wage. Okay. So, hindi pwedeng puro lang negosyante na malalaki.
Yes.
At the personal level, for example, yung environment, yung responsibilidad natin sa ating kalikasan, we can do a lot of things in the house Yung hindi tayo basta nagbabasura kung ano-ano, kung anong saan natin
We
tinatapon.
separate and segregate, di ba?
At saka, community. We are members of an homeowners association o barangay. Ano bang ginagawa natin para sa kapakanan ng barangay at saka ng homeowners association? In other words, you don't have to be very wealthy, very big to share your prosperity. And all of us have something to share. Lahat tayo
Yes.
pwedeng mag-share sa mga kapwa-tao na.
Yes.
Coach Rex, alam mo, kuha ko rin yung punto ni Kuya Jerry Madali yan sa large. Baka I can ask Doc Ben here, kung, negosyante ko yung micro-business, hindi ba mas mahirap i-adapt tong perspektibo na to, Doc Ben?
Ang nagiging problema kasi, pagka inisip mo lang yung empleyado na gastos, hindi mo iniisip yung motivation niya eh. Kasi
Yes.
isang metric na tinitingnan namin talaga, yung satisfaction ng worker. Imagine mo, kung ang tao, iniisip niya kung saan siya kukuha ng pambayad sa tuition ng anak niya, panggamot sa sakit niya, kung paano siya makikisabay sa commuting sa araw-araw dahil kulang yung pamasahe niya, mas magiging productive siya at magiging mas masagana yung negosyo kung inaalagaan talaga yung empleyado. So, ang kailangan natin paalala sa mga negosyante na kung akala nila yung level na na-achieve nila, okay na yan, pero yung mga stakeholders hindi naaalagaan, isipin nila kung lahat gumagana, lalong dodoble, titriple pa yung output nila. Kasi masyadong malaki ang impact ng moral sa productivity ng tao.
Parang natuto ko kay Doc Ben na when you want to start, you govern yourself accordingly. Parang ganun eh. Di ba? You start from yourself so that this virus of excellence can spread all over. Tama po ba yan?
Maganda yun, Jerry.
Diba?
You cannot share what you do not have.
Yes.
So, you cannot govern others well if you do not know how to govern yourself well.
Yes, yes. Ang ganda, ang ganda. Oo.
Magiging mutual admiration society na kayo dalawa. Okay.
Si-share ko lang din kasi, Teddy, ang
Yes,
Vietnam
Doc Ben.
na lagpasan na tayo sa GDP per capita itong 2020.
Aray ko.
Nang ano po?
Aray ko.
Vietnam.
Aray ko.
Ng Vietnam.
Oo, tandaan natin, in the early 60s, tayo ang pinakamalaking ekonomiya sa ASEAN. Di ba?
That's correct, Doc
Isa-isa
Ben.
tayong nilagpasan. Bakit? Kasi yung middle class nila lumalaki eh. Tayo hindi talaga. Naiiwan tayo dahil iilan lang talaga yung mayaman sa Pilipinas. Kailangan ng negosyo
Hindi ba hindi yun dahil sa negosyante, kundi it's a failure in public governance.
kasama yan.
Because many of our institutions,
Kasama yan.
problema talaga yung...
Alam mo, pag nanonood ka ng basketball, tinitignan mo yung player, tinitignan mo rin yung referee. Siyempre, yung gobyerno, siya ang referee. Pero hindi naman siya ang player eh. So, dapat yung gobyerno, parehas yung palakad niya, lahat ng oportunidad andyan. Pero ang negosyo, mismo yung player. Pag binigyan ka ng pagkakataon, pag mag-i-score ka, make sure lahat sa team mo nakaka-score din. Kung ikaw lang parati shoot, lahat ng teammates mo, 0 yung score,
Wala
hindi
rin.
magandang team yun.
I see.
You
Yun
cannot
yung problema
effectively
ngayon.
perform.
Alam mo yung ekonomiya natin, kalahati ng GDP natin accounted for ng 100 conglomerates lang.
100.
Na conglomerates. Wala nang ibang bansa na ganun eh. Ibig sabihin yung majority ng value added na pinuproduce ng bansa natin, 100 conglomerates lang yon. Gusto natin mas maraming mga negosyo na lumaki naman, mag-iba naman yung mga pangalan dyan sa Philippine Stock Exchange, may mga bago namang mga pangalan, di ba?
Correct.
Ang nakikita naman natin mga pangalan, itong mga nakaraang dekada, pare-pareho naman eh. Gusto naman natin mga iba.
Okay. So, ako naman, Coach Rex, ang Doc Beng, sorry pero syempre, kayo ang dito. Sabihin natin, players when it comes to shared prosperity, panalo lahat. So, may I know, para at least yung mga nakikinig natin, may I know, sabihin natin na idiot kind of, sabihin natin, mentoring or coaching that you can do for the general public from the kalikasan, advocate, from the management, from the labor,
Meron
and
ba
so on, so
kayong
forth.
programs
Oh, meron bang
that really goes out to micro businesses and smaller businesses?
Yes.
Other than the usual members ng
membership, yung covenant. Ganun
medium,
po.
large.
Well, this radio invitation, this interview is the start.
Okay.
Kasi
Na-inspire nyo kami.
Ang
Thank you,
importante
thank you.
na mapaliwanag
Magandang idea.
sa lahat. Hindi lang dun sa mga conglomerates, sa mga mayayaman, kundi pati dun sa mga kasama natin. I was nagsalita kay nag-usap kami ni Teddy kanina na For example, yung isang taxi cab company, meron siyang isang daang taxi. He is not
Apo.
an Ayala, he is not an Aboitiz, pero meron siyang negosyo. He can practice shared prosperity. Pagtrato niya sa driver ng taxi, pagtrato niya sa kalikasan, kailangan yung ang sasakyan niya, maayos ang takbo, hindi smoke belcher, things like those. No? Yung taxi niya maayos para yung customer, yung pasahero ay satisfied, sumakay dun sa taxi. So, hindi lang dun sa malalaking negosyante, pati sa mga small businessmen. You can practice shared, it's a mindset change, no?
And what programs does MAP have to really reach out, not just to its members,
Yes.
but also yung mga smaller businesses?
Yung chairman na ng Shared Prosperity, sasagot
yes.
niya.
Kasi sa
Doc
mission
Ben.
namin talaga, inuuna namin yung mga miyembro. Kasi sabi
Or
nga-
entrepreneurs?
Well, ngayon hindi pa sila ang target ng MAP. Pero dahil dyan sa tanong mo, na-inspire kami na i-target din sila. Kasi nga, katulad ng sinabi ko, higit sa kalahati ng value created sa economy natin, talagang yung top 100 conglomerates naman eh.
Yes.
Pero lahat ng conglomerates na yan, ang mga suppliers niyan, yung mga small and medium.
That's correct.
Nasa value chain,
correct.
Nasa
tinatawag.
value chain.
Yes.
Ngayon, kung ako, malaki akong kumpanya, pero late naman ako magbayad sa supplier ko, di yun
That's correct.
yung sinasabi namin. Kapag shared prosperity, siguraduhin mo lahat ng suppliers mo, unang-una, hindi mo iniipit sa inventaryo. Diba? Lahat ng inventaryo mo, ikakarga mo sa kanila para maganda yung balance sheet mo, pero sila nagkakarga.
Yes.
O kaya, 30 days ang terms, pero ang bayad mo, 120 days. Yung mga ganun na
Yes,
practices,
yes.
yun ang gusto natin maiba.
Ayun.
Pag
So,
so, yun, aangat lahat.
We're moving towards that.
Yun yung ina-advocate namin.
And since
Okay.
nandun na tayo, balik na tayo sa question ko.
Yes.
Ano ba talaga ang MAP? Baka, hindi pa natin na-explain ano ba yung Management Association of the Philippines? Kasi baka mamaya kung anong secret society to eh. What does MAP do? Kuya Rex or Doc Ben?
Next
Let
na.
me start.
Coach Rex, go ahead.
Ang Management Association of the Philippines, mga mahigit ng 60 anyos na asosasyon yan. Right now, ang membership ng MAP, more than 1,200 C-level executives, mga CEOs, CFOs,
Yes,
senior executives, no? And they are advocates for professional management, for nation building. So it's not enough that you are a professional manager. It has to be related to your role in building this nation.
Oh.
So yun ang MAP vision statement.
Yes.
Now, for many years, it has been the management organization in the Philippines. Kaya, nung in-update namin yung vision statement ng MAP, hindi na Pilipinas lang. Kailangan we should be one of the strongest, best management associations in ASEAN working towards national development.
Yan nga ang naging inspiration ko. Kasi
Yes,
sumali
okay.
ako sa MAP 2009. Nung nabasa ko yan, yung Management Excellence for Nation Building, sabi ko, gusto ko talaga sumali dyan. Kasi ibig sabihin, yung isang pinakamalaking force para ma-i-advance yung bansa natin, yung kalidad ng management eh.
Correct.
Kasi kung wala ngang management na for shared prosperity, ang mangyayari sa atin, hindi talaga tayo magde-develop.
Na-conscious tuloy ako, Kuya Ted, kasi they're focusing on the CEOs, the top executives.
C-level.
Ngayon, dito naman tayo. How is it compared to the People Management Association of the Philippines? Because these are all line managers. These are all front line. Not just the top executives, but the middle-level managers, where we call it, they're the one who cater the client, pool of clientele. And at the same time, do the human resource development.
Miyembro rin
So,
ng
is it
team.
complementing or are they contradicting?
Well, that's a good point.
Natin
No?
ng team, ah.
Pero bagong lahat doon, sorry po, the Coach Rex and Doc Ben, time check muna po,
check ulit.
7:44 ng gabi, magbabalik po ang kapatiran para... Okay, nagbabalik po ang kapatiran para sa bayan. Medyo mainit ang topic natin kasi we're starting up with the top level and down the line to the middle level manpower or the middle level managers. So, let's get it on po. Coach Rex and Doc Ben on PMAP versus MAP.
That's a good point, Jerry. It's actually not against, no? In any army, you need the generals, but you also need the colonels and the captains and
That's
the
correct.
majors and the lieutenants, di ba? Yun din, in managing companies, you need the CEOs, the C-level executives, CFOs, CIOs, and so on, the senior executives. But you also need the company will not run without the middle managers. PMAP is an association of middle to senior managers, but more focused on the side of human capital management.
That's correct.
HR people and so on. While sa MAP, you'll see a lot of more strategic thinkers, strategic positions, not just HR, but all the aspects of operations.
Correct.
Marketing, production, and so on and so forth.
Coach Rex, teka lang. Nasa loob, so we talked about inside the company. Let's go outside of the company, like business and government. Can they cooperate to push shared prosperity together?
Of course.
Dapat.
Alam mo naman politika dito, di ba? Posible ba yun?
Well, that is our advocacy
in Philippine politics. Politics is a business.
Yun ang
By many
advocacy
families.
namin ni Attorney Teddy sa Institute for Solidarity in Asia. That's a public governance advocacy. We help NGAs, LGUs, GOCCs, and so on govern themselves better so they can deliver public service more effectively. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Alam mo, yung for so long a time, ang mga politicians, marami ng, hindi naman lahat, no? But many of our politicians look at business as gatasan, as a source of funds before, during, and after elections. And that's why we're very involved in trying to help local governments improve their governance regimes. No? Kasi kung ang mayor creates a hospitable environment for business, the business will flourish, the businessmen will flourish. Mm-hmm. And if their businesses grow, they can provide more jobs. And jobs are the ultimate solution to the issue of poverty.
Correct.
You create more jobs, you bring down poverty, and so on and so forth. So, if I were the politician, if I were the mayor, the governor, the congressman, I will make my community hospitable to business so they can grow and they can create more jobs.
Anything
Simple lang yun.
Opo. Anything to add, Doc Ben?
Sabi ko nga kanina, yung gobyerno ang referee, di ba? So, kailangan palaguin nila yung laro.
Yes.
Para ganahan yung mga players. In fact, sabi ng gobyerno, we need to grow mga 8 to 10%.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hindi mo magagawa yung 8 to 10% kung ganito lang karaming negosyo. Obviously,
That's correct.
you need double the number of businesses. So, dapat padaliin mag-set up ng business, padaliin yung mga reglamento para hindi dadaan sa ang dami-daming butas ng karayom, para mas maraming mga dissenting trabahong magawa ang negosyo.
Ayun.
Alam mo, Doc Ben, Coach Rex, dapat kasi 2 oras tayo pero uubusan na tayo ng oras kasi 1 oras lang kami ngayon sa program namin.
Yes.
If kung mayroon dyan gustong mag-partner sa MAP and particularly sa Shared Prosperity Committee, how can they contact you?
Ayun.
Pwede silang tumawag sa opisina.
Meron bang website ang MAP?
Meron. Pumunta kayo sa map.org.ph
map.org.ph.
Oo.
Okay.
At willing kami, na-inspire kami kasi dun sa question mo na mag-outreach dun sa mga interesado rin na hindi namin mga miyembro pero gusto tumulong sa aming kilusan ng shared prosperity.
Siguro pati na yung mga local governments and even the national.
At tumutulong na ICD sa
We're already doing that. As a matter of fact, next week, I will speak to the members of the mayors for good governance. Kasi talagang gusto nilang matuto ng good governance so they can deliver the public service to their communities effectively and efficiently. So, nagtatanong sila, paano ba talaga ang good governance in the local government context?
Okay.
So, tinutulungan din natin.
Siguro ito yung last important thing kasi lahat naman 'di ba meron tayong improvement on the physical, on the environmental and so on and so forth. But how about on the ito lang po kung pwedeng masagot on the spiritual side ng advocacies ng MAP. Meron po ba?
Maybe Ben can start with that and follow, but he's in a Catholic school. So
okay.
Okay.
De La Salle naman kami, no? So,
Opo,
we're
opo.
Catholic school. Pero, lahat naman tayo sa Pilipinas na nananampalataya eh. Para sa atin, yung pagmamahal sa kapwa, napaka-fundamental niyan. Para sa amin, ang negosyo ay isang paraan para magpakita ng pakikipagkapwa-tao.
Yun.
Kasi mga Pilipino tayo eh.
Correct.
Lahat nung gusto nangyayari maganda sa buhay natin, gusto natin nakikisosyo lahat. Dapat kasosyo lahat. Kaya nga naging problema kung ang tingin natin sa negosyo para sa iilan, hindi yun yung sinasabi
Mali.
sa atin bilang mga Kristiyano. Di ba?
That's correct.
So para sa amin itong shared prosperity na advokasya namin, talagang spiritual to.
Kasama.
well,
Kasama.
I'd like to add to that, Jerry, no?
Yes, Coach.
I was actually personally inspired by the Pope when I read his Laudato Si. That was an encyclical he issued 5 years ago when he complained that, we have forgotten our people, our poor people, and we should hear their cry, and we should also hear the cry of the earth, environment.
Ang galing.
Yan, he's an environmental warrior, our Pope. Second, a couple of years later, naglabas din siya ng panibagong apostolic exhortation. Ang sabi niya, there are 10 commandments, that there should be 2 more. Thou shalt not, sa inclusion at saka sa inequality.
Oh.
We should, and that sort of inspired us in ICD and said, yeah, what can we do to
ICD as in Institute of Corporate Directors.
Institute of Corporate Directors?
Yes,
So,
yes.
siguro shared prosperity, tama-tama. Then we talked to MAP, and then it snowballed, and then we got 26 other institutions to sign the Covenant for Shared Prosperity. But that is a very Christian initiative. Sabi nga ni...
Wow.
And on that note, given na kailangan natin mag-wrap up po, do you have some final words? And kung may gusto ko yung ibati tonight?
Start with Coach Rex. Yes po.
Well, I'll go back to the statement of Jerry earlier na you cannot share what you do not have. And if you're really advocating for something to make life better for our neighbors, to make life better for our countrymen, and to develop our nation, then we just start governing ourselves properly so we can govern others and meet that goal.
Wow.
Doc Ben.
So,
Thank you, Coach Rex.
gusto ko lang paalala sa lahat na mga Pilipino tayo. Kilala tayo sa mundo bilang magaling makipagkapwa-tao. Pero nakikita natin na maraming mga kababayan tayong naiiwan eh. Para sa akin, hindi ito ang totoong naturalesa ng Pilipino. Gawin natin ang negosyo para sa lahat. Dapat walang naiiwan. Lahat nga panalo. Pero kailangan ibahin natin yung mga palakad na karaniwan ngayon. Katulad ng mga pasahod na hindi makatao, yung mga polisiya na hindi man lang natin pinakikinggan yung mga nagtatrabaho. So, pagka ginawa natin lahat yan sabay-sabay, sa tingin ko, talagang lalaki yung middle class natin at maaatim natin yung gusto natin para sa bayan natin. At bago ko makalimutan, binabati ko lahat ng aking mga estudyante na nakikinig ngayon.
Wow.
Tsaka yung
May
mission
assignment?
na drive ako dito. I love you, honey. Pero
Okay.
para sa bayan to, salamat, Ted, Jerry.
Thank you, Doc Ben.
Sa uulitin.
Thank you, Doc Ben. And before we go to sa pasalamat,
Bati muna din tayo, Kuya Ted. Baka makalimutan mo.
yung boss ko, si Manny, at saka yung mini boss ko, si Ellie, pabalik na ako ngayong gabi. Maraming salamat din sa lahat ng kapatid at ateng na nanonood dito. And thank you for joining us tonight. Kuya Jerry.
Thank you sa on duties kay Tech Engineer Aldrin Cruz, Gillion Reyes, kay Constantino, Chelo Pingol, Writer Mayan Day Palma, CA Eloisa Bolinao. Batiin ko muna bago yung next program. Batiin ko muna si Shane, Iya, and Emil. Our next program, Pangga Ruth Abaw, live with Pangga Nika Abaw. Happy birthday, Sir Benedict Palabi ng Tech Engineer, Naga and Christy Torres of Accounting Department. Magbabalik po ulit ang kapatiran para sa bayan sa susunod na Monday, next week. Thank you, Kuya Teddy.
Maraming salamat po. Thank you, Kuya Jerry. Doc
To God
Ben.
be the glory.
Coach Rex.